Hi, welcome to this demo on building a CRM application specifically for engineering works. This application helps manage essential client and project information for engineering projects, including details like company information, contact information, workers' details, material requirements, and pricing calculation based on materials and measurements. It also supports engineering workflows such as fabrication, set construction, and pipelining, each with its own set of detailed processes. Let's dive in to see how to create this application from scratch. Now that now that you understand the purpose of this CRM application, let's break down each milestone involved in building it. I will guide you through each step, from setting up the environment to implement core features and testing the application. The first milestone is to create a developer account. So, to create an account, we can use this link and we can log in. We can create our sign up with our account, and then we need to activate our account. As you can see, I already activated the account. Now let's see the milestone 2. The milestone 2 is to create an object. So we need to navigate to the setup page, and then we need to go to custom objects, and we need to create a new object. As you can see, I already created the objects. The first part is we need to create an object for fabrication, and the plural label is name is fabrications, and record type is fabrication name, data type is text. So I already created the fabrication. Likewise, we need to create it for set work objects. So you can see I can already created for set works, and also for pipelining, and also for workers object. Now we finish the milestone 2. Let's move on to the milestone 3. Let's creating a custom tab. In setup page, we need to navigate to quick find bar and click on tabs. As you can see, uh, for creating a custom tab, first we need to add a custom map. Then likewise, we need to create all the custom tab for set work, pipelining, workers, and fabrication. So I already created fabrication, pipelining, set works, uh, custom tab for all of that. Now let's move on to the milestone 4. We need to create a lightning app. In setup page, we need to navigate to app manager. In quick find, select app manager. In app manager, we need to create a new lightning app. We need to name the lightning app as engineering works. So you can see I already created the engineering works lightning app. So let's move on to the milestone 5. Before going to that, so after creating lightning app, we need to provide some details to it, like uh, we need to include the fabrication, set works, and pipelining items to that, and then also we need to add a user profile. After that, we need to create fields. Creation of fields for fabrication objects. Click on Object Manager, type object name, click on Object. Let us see for fabrications. So we need to create field and relationship. In field and relationship, we need to click new and we need to create on name of the owner and length, width, area. The formula is also provided cost per meter, material type, final price, and also email. So I already created all, you can see amount, area, breadth, cost per meter, email, fabrication name, final price, length, material type. So I already created all the field and relationship. Likewise, we need to create it for set works, pipelining object, workers, and lookup field. In lookup field, we need to include field and we need to include pipelining, shed work, fabrications. As now completed, as of now we completed milestone 5. Now let's go for milestone 6, creation of page layouts. To create a page layout in fabrication object, we need to navigate to object manager. Then we need to edit for fabrication object and page layout. We need to click new page layout name and we need to create it as drilling page layout and say we need to save it and we need to arrange it. In object manager, we need to click on the fabrication object and then we need to redirect it to page layout. In page layout, we need to create cutting page layout, drilling page layout, fabrication page layout, folding page layout, and welding page layout. We need to create all the things. To create a page layout in fabrication object for welding, for cutting and folding. As you can see, I already created cutting, drilling, fabrication, folding, and welding. It is easy to build that. We need to just drag and drop each the module on the right place. Now let's move on to the milestone 7 to create a record type in fabrication object. In order to do that, we need to navigate to object manager. From that, we need to select the fabrication object. Then we need to create a new record as master and label is drilling and tick the checkbox as active. In assign page layout, apply one layout to all profiles. Select drilling page layout. As you can see, I already done everything. I assigned it as per the given instruction. Now let's move on to the milestone 8 to create a validation rules for the application. In order to do that, we need to create on the object manager and get into the fabrication and variable rules, validation rules. In validation rules, you need to insert the formulas for each and rule, every rules. As you can see, the provided formula is length equal to 0, breadth equal to 0, width equal to quantity equal to 0. So I given the formula and then I saved it. Likewise, we need to create for set works, pipelining object similarly. Let's move on to the next milestone. Upload logo onto the Salesforce. So in setup page, quick find box, set Salesforce branding. In loading page, choose a file, select image. So I already provided the image as as the instruction says. Let's move on to the next part, creation of letterhead for email purposes. To create a letterhead, we need navigate to the quick find box. For classic letterhead, click on new letterhead. Classic letterhead, and then we need to click the new letterhead. And I already created the letterhead, classic letterhead as letterhead for email purpose, and the unique name is auto populated. Letterhead for email purpose, and the email is uh, auto populated. Now and then click on save. Create templates. In that we need to create a new email template, and they provide a HTML code. You need to paste it. If you paste it, it shows like this. The template will be auto populated when once you pasted the email and the HTML code, and then you need to save that. Similarly, you need to create it for all the other works like object like set works and pipelining. And finally, we need to create an email alert. In quick paint box, we need to enter email alert. In the email alert, we need to create a email alert for fabrication object. So I already created the email for alert for a fabrication object. Likewise, we need to create for pipelining and set works. So I already created email alert for pipelining, email alert for set works. And finally, in the 10th milestone, we need to create a flow for all the objects. So in order to create a flow, we need to navigate to the flow. In quick paint box, we need to type flows, and we need to create a new flow. I already created the flow, so I can show you the how the flows look. So the name of the flow is fabrication flow. The flow need to be created as a record triggered flow, and then we need to give a record to a record is created or updated, and then actions and related records, and then we need to create a new action select fabrication template as mail, and we need to give the record ID, and then we need to create a decision label. We need to create two, three or four decisions like for materials like iron material, aluminum, wood, and steel. Like that, likewise, we need to create for all that, and the formula is provided here. We need to set the data type for each variable as numbers, and we need to create all the. We need to also include the final price field, and then we need to select the formula as steel cost. In decimal place, we need to provide 2, and then we need to enter the formula for all the materials like wood, aluminum, metal, wood. Likewise, once you finish it, the flow will look like this. It has for iron, for aluminum, for metal, for wood, for steel. It consists of 4 decisions. Each decision will has its own formulas as a new value. And once you completed it, you need to save as fabrication flow, and then you need to activate it. So I activated the flow. Now move on to the next. Likewise, we need to create for set works. So I already created for set works. As you can see, it consists of two decisions. First, we need to label the mail, and then we need to create a triggered flow as likewise as material like metal, steel, aluminum, and then we need to include the final price, and the formula is provided in decimal place. We need to provide two. Data type is number. Here we need to create a second decision that also has some other materials like for rubber, for plastics, and the formula is also provided here. Once you finish the flow, just save the flow as set flow for set workflow, and then we need to activate it. Finally, we need to create a flow for pipelining. In pipelining flow, we need to create as a record trigger flow. Then we need to set the email alert, and then we need to create a material under trigger flow as iron material, aluminum, metal, and then we need to provide the formula. In this mention, we need to provide two, and the data type for the new variable is number. Likewise, we need to, if you created it, it looks like this. It has a decision that goes for iron material, aluminum, metal. If they choose as one path, the formula will be calculated as the amount they provided, and then the email alert will be sent to the person. Once we created all the flows, then it moves to the conclusion. Over each milestones from step to managing workflows for fabrication, set construction, and pipelining. This application is designed to streamline client management and automate pricing calculation, making project management easier and more efficient. I hope you found this tutorial helpful and it inspires you to apply this concept in your own projects. Thank you again and happy coding.